Need two quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
Both of them don't have contracts, and Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But now Kyler Murray is feeling better about his organization, whereas Lamar is like WTF after Marquise Brown was flipped from the Ravens to the Cardinals for the 23rd pick in the draft.
Like, we hadn't heard it, this offseason. So you specifically asked the Ravens for a trade.
Yeah, I asked them for a trade after the season. It was just some like my happiness. I mean, I talked to Lamar about it, after my second year. And, then after my third year leading up to the end of the season, he wasn't playing. I let him know again, like, yeah, bro, I can't do it. And, it's not really on Lamar. Like, I love Lamar. It was just, it's just the system wasn't for me personally. I love all my teammates. I love the guys. But it was just, something I had to think about for myself. And, the Ravens, we both handled it the right way. I didn't go out and make anything public. I just kept it in-house, kept working. And, it all worked out.
Complicated topic, and for me personally, complicated because Marquise was my first pick, and one of my favorite guys on the team. So, but Marquise came to me after the season and requested that he be traded, and was not happy and wanted to play elsewhere. Again, it was something that I anguished over for a long time. He would tell you, I think, that he and I had many conversations throughout the spring. And, I always say the club has to win. And this is a situation where it's going to be impossible for the club to truly win. But, we do what we think is best for the player. We try to accommodate players when we can. I'm sensitive to that, and so we did it. I think he would say that he feels happy, which is good, and we made the best of the situation as a club.
There is no organization that I respect more, especially this weekend, than the Baltimore Ravens. So I ain't worried about Baltimore.
Yeah.
If Eric DeCosta says it, I believe it, and that settles it. Ozzie Newsome, John Harbaugh, I don't care what. If it's the Ravens, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, here's that theme that we were just talking about. Now Kyler Murray opposite DeAndre Hopkins. They lost Christian Kirk, of course, of free agency, but now has his old Oklahoma teammate in Marquise Brown. Lamar Jackson is the story here, though. At the end of the day, I mean, Kyler, that's been a tumultuous situation. We'll see if they end up with a contract extension. The Cardinals think they got better on offense, but Lamar Jackson is the story here because he doesn't have a long-term deal. He came off as upset, though come to find out not surprised by the trading of Marquise Brown, who I think, dare I say it from the outside looking in, I think the professional relationship was less meaningful than the personal relationship. They were close, but I'm not sitting up here crying in the car if I'm a Raven or a Ravens fan about the loss of Marquise Brown.
Oh, you're not?
Especially not after what the Ravens did in the first round last night.
Yeah, I don't know, but
what they still might do.
I mean, crying in the car is strong, but you gotta you gotta wonder, okay, what are they gonna do? That's what you're thinking as a fan.
The right thing, because that's what they do.
Yeah, but you had a guy who had over 1,000 yards receiving. I know it's a lot of people do that now, but 1,000 yards receiving.
He all right. He fast. He got a nice nickname. He got a famous cousin.
I think
he's all right.
I think he's a good player.
He does,
but this is what I don't
conversation
understand.
about elite receivers being moved. Marquise Brown don't move the needle for me like the rest of these guys.
That's correct. But this is what I'm wondering with him. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? I want a little more. I need to push a little bit more. John Sawatsky, we need some Sawatsky questioning here. He says he loves his teammates. It's not about Lamar.
It's not personal.
It's not personal. I wasn't happy. Why? You don't like the coach?
Who knows? Maybe they think he was getting the ball enough.
Is it the city?
Yeah.
And see, this is why I want to know. This is why it's important for me to know. Because I'm going to find a weak spot. I'm going to find a loophole in the trend, the current trend in the NFL. Hey, it's not enough to have one. You got to have two. Okay,
you got to have a just as good
All right,
on the other side.
Here's the problem. The problem is I'm a 1. I need my money.
Right.
I need my touches.
Right.
And you go around and you start thinking more about what's in it for you and not necessarily the team. So maybe he wasn't happy. I got to speculate until it's cleared up. Maybe he wasn't happy because Hollywood is not just a nickname for him. Hollywood is a mentality.
Who knows?
And he's with the Baltimore Ravens, and you said we both have respect for this organization. They ain't really about that. That's not really the thing. It's like okay, it's not about you. This is a tough, football-oriented,
and they'll be fine.
Competitive organization.
And they'll be fine. They missed the playoffs last year.
The Ravens have never highlighted, featured, exalted a wide receiver. They've had good wide receivers, but they never said, okay, you're that guy. You're that dude.
They missed the playoffs last year. They had a historic rate of significant injuries, not just run-of-the-mill injuries, but they were decimated by injuries last year. Bottom line is they'll be fine. I loved Rashad Bateman coming out of Minnesota.
Yep.
Just because he didn't hit the ground running last year, because he started off the year hurt.
Yep.
Like, he may explode this year as their new one. Mark Andrews is the primary target, which we know. Maybe Lamar locks on him a little too much. Well, maybe that's an adjustment that needs to be made. But that's a Lamar Jackson run-first offense when they have running backs healthy. Let's go back to injuries.
Yeah.
You saw what happened with them last year. They'll be fine. They nailed the first round. They got Kyle Hamilton. They did not throw away their shot.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was waiting for it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And they get the center from Iowa.
Linderbaum.
Yeah. I mean, they got Ravens-type players last night, and they're not done. Listen, tonight's the night for wide receivers anyway. We're talking about second-round guys. Like, the wide receivers come in the second round, whether that's DK Metcalf, whether that's A.J. Brown, whether that's Deebo Samuel. Terry McLaurin was a third-round pick, right?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
Draft ain't over. It's the Ravens.
I sweat them. I really do.
Quote the Ravens and trust in the Ravens.
Yeah.
And then in Ozzie and Eric, I trust.
And also at that position, it's like a lot of teams did this last night. It just really bothers me when teams overthink it. The Ravens don't. And this is why they always get players who tend to fall, who slip. Think about it. They've got so many notches on the wall of players who have slipped to them and are Hall of Fame talents. Like Ray Lewis was drafted in the 20s.
The board comes to them.
Ed Reed was drafted in the 20s.
The phrase "let the draft come to us."
They do it.
They should have trademarked that phrase.
I'll tell you who else slipped.
They should have trademarked.
Even though he was like a top 15 pick, you know who else slipped? Sizzle, Terrell Suggs.
Right.
He slipped.
It was 10th
overall.
10th pick.
And people thought he would be going to top 5.
They
just waited for him. So this is another guy. They shouldn't have Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton should have been gone. As a matter of fact, Houston, you should have taken him. They messed up the draft last night, by the way, but I'll get to that. All right. So Kyle Hamilton, a guy who was versatile, who's got speed, who plays fast, even though the timing. Even though he didn't time that well, he didn't run that well, 4.59. Look at the tape. See, this is what the Ravens do. This is what they do consistently. They
always end up with blue chippers when it's all said and done. And Marquise Brown, thanks for your services. Go be great somewhere else. Rashad Bateman's ready to step up. They got other guys in that receiver room that maybe we don't know about yet, but they do. Okay? They're a run-first team. They're a defensive team. Okay? They'll be healthy next year. I mean, look. I think it's a win-win. It's an easy cop-out, but I think it definitely helps the Kyler situation. Lamar will get over it. He's disappointed now, but I don't see this as something that's going to alienate or ostracize Lamar Jackson, where it's like, oh my goodness, I lost Christian Avery. It's like, okay, man.
You know what though?
It's like,
and I got to say this.
Sorry, bro. You knew it was coming. He asked for the trade. That's the bottom line. Like, let's go with that. Full stop. That's the end of the conversation. Marquise Brown wanted out. The team accommodated him. They didn't just wake up one day and decide to move Marquise Brown without anybody's knowledge. So they didn't go behind Lamar's back. He's got no right to be pissed. You want to be pissed? Be pissed at Marquise Brown.
Mike, I'll say this. Lamar, I'll say it this way. Lamar appears to be upset. But I'm not sure that he is. Couple reasons. One, he already knew about it. Hollywood, I like the nickname. I do like the nickname. Hollywood told him that he wanted to be traded. The organization, I'm sure.
They were like, oh, word?
Let it be known.
They're probably like, oh, do you? Okay,
that he wanted to be traded. But that's one. So he had the information. So he appears to be upset. He wasn't blindsided by it because he knew about it. But here's a real reason. Here's number two. Really should be number one. In this era right now, when you don't say anything on social media, people think you're the problem. So Hollywood Brown got traded, and if Lamar Jackson didn't say anything, people would be like, "Oh, what's up?
You're not upset?
Hey, you ain't upset about it."
So he's playing the part.
It's got to be. There's a performative side to social media in these situations.
Yes and no.
Yes, you got. Hey, what's up? Oh man, it's my guy.
They actually did have a personal relationship.
Sure.
And I don't think Lamar enjoys seeing a guy that he did have some success with go out the door.
That lets me further know they had a personal relationship.
Is he as upset as WTF or the angry face emojis would suggest? Probably not. There is some semblance of I'm saying what needs to be said. But I also do think in the moment, this kid's impatient. He's
Michael.
like, yo, what the hell? Like, who am I throwing to? You're sending my 1,000-yard receiver out the door? And we're here to tell you, Lamar, wait for it.
All right, listen.
Trust in your organization.
Michael.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.